So let's see what's inside our mystery box number 1, which is the savory ingredients. This is about to be real interesting. Okay, let me get this out first before this breaks. We've got eggs, and they're not broken. Sugar for the savory ingredients. This is gonna be so weird. Nashville hot crispy fry mix. Rice noodles. I think we're gonna break the artificial intelligence. Octopus. How is this gonna work out? Garlic. 100% pure toasted sesame oil. A whole lot of onions. Ginger. I don't even know what I would do myself. I really need the artificial intelligence here. Coconut milk, which is a little bit ruined, but it's fine. And last but not least, there's only dust in there. We've got salt and pepper, which will hopefully come in handy. So, octopus, Nashville hot chicken, breadcrumbs. We've got the mystery ingredients on here, and we've got ChatGPT. Come up with a recipe using rice noodles, eggs, not me not knowing how to spell eggs. We've got ginger, Nashville hot chicken, I'll put breadcrumbs. Sugar, how am I gonna make a savory recipe with sugar? Coconut milk, this is in no specific order. I'm really trusting the artificial intelligence. Salt and pepper, garlic, octopus. No one has ever asked this for a recipe for octopus. Onion, sesame oil. We should have 12 ingredients. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So these are all the ingredients. If this works, I'll be speechless. I'll be investing in this. I don't think this needs more investing if it works. Will this work? I feel like I'm launching a rocket into space. I am scared. I've got tears in my eyes. This is the peak of technology. It's exactly the same ingredients. I don't know what to say. I'm actually speechless. This is a recipe for a stir-fried octopus rice noodles with coconut milk. Are you kidding me? It worked. I will never have to write a recipe ever again. If you ever had a dream of launching a cookbook, well, let me tell you something. It's not looking good. This is free. I mean, here's the thing. There is the possibility that it might taste terrible, so that is the only thing, but it came up with exactly the same ingredients we've got here, and the ingredients were like weird. It's got the timing, the steps are so simple, easy to understand. I mean, there is a part that says stir in the eggs and breadcrumbs and sprinkle with sugar. We'll be the judges of whether this actually tastes good or not, but regardless, it's incredible that he can even come up with a recipe. My mind is blown. My whole life is a lie, and my job is about to stop existing. This is scary. Not me about to follow cooking instructions from a robot. I just want to say, if they wanted to get rid of humans, this would be a very effective way to slowly poison us with recipes, with delicious octopus recipes. So I've got the ingredients here. So 8 ounces of rice noodles. This thing is so intelligent that the ingredients appear in the same order of the steps that you're gonna need them, which is genius. It's exactly how a recipe should be. First step, soak the rice noodles in hot water for 8 to 10 minutes or until soft. Then drain and set aside. Okay, that's simple enough. We need 8 ounces of rice noodles. I don't know what to say. I feel like ChatGPT should come with an extension, like a physical extension, where they actually cook for you. That would be amazing. That's the future. In 10 years, mark my words. Personally, I don't think I would start this by cooking the noodles, because once they're ready for 8 to 10 minutes, they're just gonna sit here while we prepare the rest of the stuff. I'm following it exactly as it is. Okay, so now that the water is hot, as you can see, the recipe asks for 8 ounces of noodles. So I'm gonna measure the noodles first. So we're gonna open the rice noodles. Is this gonna be 8 ounces? Let's find out. One thing about ChatGPT is it doesn't even tell you how many people are supposed to be eating this, so we will find out. This is 2 ounces of rice noodles, 4.6. And this is 7 ounces of rice noodles, which is close enough. It'll be fine. So we're going to add the hot water. And this is supposed to soak for 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to say 9 minutes because, once again, we didn't pay, but the artificial intelligence is supposed to be making these choices for us. Okay, Google, set up a timer for 9 minutes. Next up, we're gonna measure the following ingredients because this is all supposed to kind of cook at the same time. I am so confused. This recipe is starting to make less sense by the second. Why does he mention eggs twice? That is interesting. So the next step is, in a pan, heat the sesame oil over medium heat and add the beaten eggs and cook until scrambled. Then transfer to a plate. Okay, we can do that. Let's just measure everything. So we're gonna need 4 eggs. Maybe I should have specified the measurements because so far we've been kind of lucky, but it could be that I only had 1 egg. That would be a problem. This is supposed to be lightly scrambled or mixed, or both. So we're going to mix the eggs. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we can move on to measuring the rest of the ingredients. That's 4 eggs total. 2 tablespoons of ginger seems quite excessive, but go off, ChatGPT, I guess. Let me make sure this is 2 tablespoons and not 2 teaspoons because this is gonna be spicy. 2 tablespoons of ginger. What? This is 1 tablespoon? So much ginger. I mean, I guess it is a big amount of noodles, so it kind of makes sense. 2 tablespoons of ginger, and we are going to remove the noodles from the water. So I guess the noodles are cooked. So the noodles feel a little bit... They're definitely al dente. So I'm gonna get them out. These are so white that on camera, it's like I'm doing nothing. You're just watching nothing. Okay. Interesting. We were kind of breaking the noodles. I think this will be easier. I just want to say this is 7 ounces of cooked noodles, which is even less than what it says on the recipe. So I'm just hoping we're not going to get food poisoning because we're cooking with octopus. That is our, I guess, cooked rice noodles. They feel a little undercooked, but once again, I'm not here to think. Not today. Not ever, actually. Next up, we're gonna need half a cup of the Nashville hot breadcrumbs. And I just want to say, I didn't tell the artificial intelligence exactly like what type of breadcrumbs it is because I didn't think it mattered. But with the amount of ginger we already got in it, I think it matters. Wait, this is not even breadcrumbs. It's like a flour mixture. I thought it was breadcrumbs. Crispy fry mix? Okay, am I crazy for thinking that this would be breadcrumbs? This is half a cup and it smells spicy. Man, I'm gonna die. This is gonna be the spiciest dish in the world. First victim of ChatGPT. We need 1 teaspoon of sugar. It's literally just a tiny little bit of sugar. Like, that is it. That's all we're gonna need, which makes sense because this is a savory recipe. And also 1 teaspoon of salt. We need half a teaspoon of black pepper. No, it's coming out too much. Now I mix the pepper and the sugar. It'll be fine, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Man, not me making this even more spicy. 1 cup of coconut milk. Imagine if this tastes amazing. I am officially going to open the world's first artificial intelligence restaurant. I call it Dibs. I'm gonna trademark this, so don't even try. So how much is 1 cup of milk? Coconut milk specifically. Wow, coconut milk is interesting. I don't think I've ever used this in a recipe. So 1 cup of coconut milk is apparently 250 grams. That's almost the whole can. That is a whole lot of coconut milk. It's a lot of noodles as well, so I guess that kind of makes sense. With the amount of spice, we're gonna need the whole coconut. So the recipe asks for 1 entire onion, and I think it says sliced. 1 onion sliced. What is sliced? That's not diced. I know that for sure. Not the artificial intelligence assuming that I'm way smarter than I actually am. Okay, I think sliced is kind of like... Wait, I know what it is. I think it's like this. Oh yes, this makes sense. And then that is sliced, right? Because these are slices. When I use my big brain energy. Okay, you know what? This is sliced from now on and I don't even care. If you do this, those are slices. Not perfect ones, but maybe they should have been more specific. That's a whole lot of onions. And that is 1 entire onion diced, sliced. I don't know, I'm too tired of thinking about it, so it is what it is. So next up we need 3 cloves of garlic minced. So what exactly is a clove of garlic? So each segment is a clove, right? So we got 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's not a whole lot of garlic, but considering the amount of ginger, I'm surprised there's any more need for spices. Okay, these were supposed to be crushed, but I don't think they're crushed enough, so desperate times, desperate measures. There we go. These are kind of crushed. I think I might need to dice this a little bit better. This is not crushed enough. Great, so that's the garlic. 3 little segments. We only have one ingredient left, which is 8 ounces of octopus sliced. So this is our octopus, which is already cooked, so that's a good thing. This is 8 ounces exactly. Great, this makes my life a whole lot easier. We need to use the whole thing. The octopus is warm, which maybe should not be warm. I have never cooked with octopus before. No, that is an interesting texture. I don't know how to feel about this texture. What exactly is a sliced octopus? How do you slice it? Oh man, I'm so sorry to this octopus. See, I would rather just eat things and not know what they look like before I eat them, because now it's ruined forever. I need to use every corner, including the Fibonacci sequence of the octopus. I've never been more glad that my mystery box included cooked octopus over fresh one, because this would have been a whole lot different. That is the whole of the ingredients that we needed, so we can move on to the actual cooking part. In a pan, heat the sesame oil over medium heat and add the beaten eggs and cook until scrambled, then transfer to a plate. So we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. That's my favorite. It's so good. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of it, which once again, it seems like a lot, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, but there's a whole lot of noodles. That is 2. I've never scrambled eggs with sesame oil, but it might be a new thing. Should we let this heat up a little bit before we add the scrambled eggs? Okay, now it's sizzling. Okay, it's definitely ready for the eggs. So we've got our 4 scrambled eggs in here. So far, this is making sense. Like, each step is sort of in making sense. That is going to be very greasy scrambled eggs, but they are scrambling. This is sticking a little bit, but it'll be fine. That's a little bit weird, the scrambled eggs with the sesame oil. They are scrambling though. It kind of smells like an Asian restaurant a little bit. So I think that's good for scrambled eggs because I don't want them overcooked. So I'm gonna get the scrambled eggs out. So far, interesting recipe, and don't worry, we're gonna add them again and they will finish cooking, I think. At this point, I'm trusting artificial intelligence more than my own intelligence. We're gonna leave some of the eggs there because I can't get rid of all of it. Okay, next up, in the same pan, add the sliced onions and cook until softened, then add the garlic and ginger and cook for another minute. So there goes the onions. I feel like it should have a little bit more oil, but the oil ain't oiling. I don't know if this is my fault or artificial intelligence fault or just a lack of intelligence altogether. It's so dry. This is looking like the surface of Mars. I'm gonna add the garlic already because this is all going to take a little bit of time to cook, so. And the ginger. Wow, a whole lot of ginger. Oh my god, it's getting drier by the second. I think this was supposed to be fresh ginger, but maybe it'll be fine. There's just not much sauce going on here. In the same pan, add the sliced octopus until it starts to brown and the coconut milk. Okay, we're going to add the octopus. And because this is already cooked, we don't really have to wait. Coconut milk. Wow. And basically the rest of the ingredients, like sugar, salt, the noodles, and this is it. Is it going to come together? Let's find out. Stay tuned. Okay, this is kind of giving Cheesecake Factory actually. I'm so glad the octopus is already cooked, that is for sure. It's kind of giving like artificial intelligence octopus, very spicy pad thai. Turns out the other thing was the breadcrumbs. This is actually the ginger. So the ginger goes in now, where it should have been earlier. Kind of smells nice now. It's a little bit like mushy. I think it was the noodles being cooked earlier. I don't know how I feel about this. It's a bit of a mixture. Last step is to add the scrambled eggs. And this is basically it. That is our mystery box recipe. I mean, it kind of is our fault for coming up with such a strange recipe. It doesn't look as bad as I was expecting. The noodles are definitely overcooked. That is the only thing. Like, I'm not going to be able to scoop them out. And the whole thing actually doesn't even look that dry anymore. So, I don't know. Maybe they knew what they were doing. Kind of smells nice as well. I don't even know if I want to eat this, to be honest with you. This is our octopus, rice noodle, egg scramble, breadcrumb artificial intelligence created dish. This is exactly what I would expect an artificial intelligence version of a pad thai to be. It's not the most appetizing. It also doesn't look too terrible at the same time. I gotta keep it real. And perhaps the most controversial part of this is the fact that it kind of smells nice. I don't know, am I being brainwashed? Maybe. Some of the steps didn't really work out, but this is kind of the consistency of a leftover pad thai. We made one mistake, I think, with the breadcrumbs. So let me get some of the octopus. It looks exactly like leftover Asian food. Wow, is this the world's first rice noodle dish created by artificial reality? Maybe. Let's try the noodles first. That is spicy. That is Nashville breadcrumbs with coconut milk. However, I'm being dead serious. If I got this from a restaurant, I wouldn't even think twice. I'd be like, that's a pretty damn good rice noodle dish. Like, I like it. Even the onions, I thought they were gonna be kind of raw, but I just like it. I like the whole thing. Honestly, this is really good. Now let's try the octopus. This is the sketchy part because this was barely cooked. You know what? The whole thing is giving. I love the texture of the onions, the garlic, the ginger is kind of perfect. The eggs, are you kidding me? This is so good. This is created by artificial reality and it tastes like it. It tastes like something completely new. Like, you have to forget about every cuisine that you know, but like it works. Flavor-wise, it really works. Look at the octopus. Let me just sit here and enjoy this. If someone tried to describe human food to an alien and the alien recreated it based on what I've told them about human food, kind of the whole cooking experience actually, I am speechless. I cannot believe I'm actually looking for more octopus. This is so good. Am I gonna get food poisoning? Probably. 100% worth it. Mystery box number 2, which is the sweet ingredients. At this point, nothing can surprise me. Not that bouncing on my head. Of course, we've got... Oops, it just broke the eggs. Once again, we've got eggs. So these are just the same eggs. Sweet cream, salted butter, milk. Whole milk to be exact. Mini marshmallows. Oreo cookies. I don't even think the robot knows what an Oreo cookie is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bananas. Oat flour. I didn't even know this existed. Interesting. And the last ingredient is sugar, specifically light brown sugar. I am confusion. I don't know. At this point, I'm terrified, but we're moving on to the sweet options. And at this point, I mean, anything can happen. Come up with a recipe using... This is less ingredients, so I think it might not work this time around. I'm like keeping my fingers crossed, but we'll see. So we're gonna start with the oat flour, which I will be surprised if it even knows that oat flour is a thing, because I didn't know that was a thing up to like 5 minutes ago. Butter, milk, brown sugar, eggs, Oreo cookies, marshmallows, last but not least, some bananas. 3, 2, 1. Wait, what? This is actually unbelievable. Is anyone else like, I don't know if I'm old, but like it's crazy to me that this is happening in real time in 3 seconds in front of me. So not only they do know what oat flour is, but this is actually a recipe for banana oatmeal Oreo cookies. So they know that oat flour is related to oatmeal. This is more intelligent than I'll ever aspire to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not one less, no one more ingredient. This will literally come up with whatever recipe you want. This is insane. This is honestly crazy. Think about all the times you have ingredients in your pantry and you're like, I don't know what to do with this. This is gonna shift reality. Like, this is crazy, but I really think this is about to shake the whole world. Let's get to making some cookies. So I kind of measured most of the ingredients already, so it should make this a little bit easier. It's impressive the way this is actually written like a normal recipe. Like the first step is preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and line a baking sheet with parchment paper. How does he know that? It's scary. It's like someone spying on me when I'm cooking. So 375. Okay, so we got a baking sheet and we got 2 pieces of parchment paper. The only thing is, these recipes don't tell you exactly how many cookies you're making. All it says is literally the title, banana oatmeal Oreo cookies with marshmallows, but that's it. It doesn't tell you anything else. Preheat the oven, line up a baking sheet, and then in a large bowl, cream together the butter, brown sugar until light and fluffy. So we're gonna do that. I mean, so far this is pretty standard for like a cookie recipe. It even says that the butter should be softened, so I don't really understand. This is too intelligent. So this is half a cup of butter and half a cup of brown sugar. Okay, so it says to cream the butter and the sugar until light and fluffy, and in my opinion, it's looking pretty light, pretty fluffy, right? Next up is add in the eggs one at a time, mixing well after each addition. Okay, Betty Crocker, add in the eggs one at a time. So how many eggs? So it's a total of 2 eggs. We are following this exactly the way ChatGPT wants us to. 1 egg, combine. And we add the second egg. And that's a total of 2 eggs. Bet ChatGPT doesn't know the price of the eggs right now, because otherwise he would have come up with a different recipe. Damn, that's a pretty good base for cookies. I am impressed. So far, this is honestly a pretty good recipe. So the next step is to mash 1 banana, and the artificial intelligence specifically says this should be a very ripe banana, but it's what I had in the mystery box. I do have ripe bananas there, but I feel like that would be cheating. So, by the way, I already know it's gonna be all the comments. My friend put together these mystery boxes for me from Walmart and just dropped it outside my house this morning. So that's where the boxes come from. That is interesting because honestly, in theory, banana, oat, Oreos, marshmallows. Imagine this is going to be like the best cookie recipe. Everyone's going to be like trying this 10 years down the line. Is this the world's first cookie baked out of artificial intelligence? Maybe. It's at least like one of the first 10. So we're going to add the mashed banana into the mixture. Interesting consistency. And according to the recipe, half a cup of milk. This is just whole milk, but I don't think I specified. And we're supposed to blend this. This was going too well. So the mixture has separated. Oh, I hate when this happens. And I haven't done anything wrong, I promise. Like the mixture is fully separated. Like it looks like vomit. Trust me, no amount of mixing is bringing this back to life. Maybe the flour? I'm scared. Okay. Go off, Mozart. Gradually add in the oat flour and mix until combined. Okay, so this is looking really like bad. This does not look right. I've never used oat flour in a recipe. Will this fix it? Let's find out. I wonder if this is like generating a recipe that would be best suited for like regular flour. So we're just going to fold this in. Please become smooth. That is an incredible smell. It's giving banana bread, and honestly, the weird texture is kind of gone. Now it's just banana bread texture. Like these chunks are actually just a banana, I think. Look, it's pretty smooth other than that. This might be working. Wait, I love how I said to gently fold this, and I'm mixing this like I'm brewing a potion on Magic Mixes. It's a great consistency, but wait, is this too liquid for cookies? Kind of. There's no baking soda, which is, how is this gonna be a cookie? It's more like pancake. Are we making cookies or pancakes? Interesting. Let me read the next. Fold in the crushed Oreos and marshmallows. So, we're supposed to add 8 to 10 crushed Oreos. So I'm gonna do 9. Maybe these will alter the texture. So these are 9 crushed Oreos. Because it's quite a lot of Oreos, it might be that he makes this a little bit more consistency, so they're not gonna become pancakes. It might be. Also, this is half a cup of marshmallows that are supposed to be chopped, but these are just mini marshmallows, so they're already kind of chopped as it is. Okay, this is looking really good. I want to eat it like this. So I'm going to fold this in. I mean, it is thicker. I have a feeling they're not going to look amazing, but it might work as cookies. I mean, these are supposed to be cookies. That was the title. Is this giving cookie to you? Kind of. Weirdly. Maybe 2 wrongs do make a right. We've kind of followed every step. Drop the spoonfuls of the batter onto the prepared baking sheet, leaving 2 inches of space in between each cookie. Bake for 15 to 18 minutes until ready. Let it cool down for a few minutes. Okay, so it still doesn't tell you how many cookies you're making, but it cooks for 15 to 18 minutes. I have no idea how big these are going to get, or if they're gonna spread out or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's bake 8. And I'm using an ice cream scoop. It doesn't tell you exactly what the measurement is, so... Okay, the consistency is not bad. I don't know how this is working, but it is working. So 1... Ooh, it is staying. I don't know for how long, but it is for now. 2... Ooh, these are going to blend into 1. 3... Ooh, this is looking scary. I'm not sure anymore. They're definitely over 2 inches apart, so... Honestly, I cannot predict how far these are going to spread out. I can't even see the marshmallows anymore. I'm just being extra safe. I was gonna bake 8, but it's giving more 5. So that at least some of them look good and not blend into the other. Okay, let's do 1 more. Okay, this placement makes no sense, but I guess I'm trying to be safe here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's bake 6 and see what's gonna happen. I mean, they're holding shape weirdly. I'm gonna bake them for the 15 to 17 minutes and let's see what they're gonna look like. Okay, Google, set up a timer for 17 minutes and let's see what happens. I've been waiting just to know if it's worth it to make more or not. But let's check on our cookies. I'm scared. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. They look like oil spill cookies. Like, what is this thing spilling on the side? I think that's the marshmallow. So the marshmallow caramelized because 17 minutes was too long. So the marshmallow melted, caramelized. Well, the actual dough, I mean, it kind of worked. It is definitely toasty around the edges, but it's a sturdy cookie, I think. I have a feeling that this would have worked a lot better as pancakes. I don't know why, because they are quite soft. I know they're supposed to cool down, but do you see what happens to the marshmallow? It melted, and then it spilled, and when it touches the hot metal, it kind of burns. So, are they the most appetizing looking cookies? Not really, but do they look like cookies? Yeah, kind of. I mean, also take in consideration this is not made with normal flour. This is made with oats, blended oats. It's not too bad, I guess. The artificial intelligence definitely said that we should let these cool down, but I know you guys want to see the texture on the inside, so... It's a very soft. It's really weird, but it's giving banana bread cookie. It's a little crispy on the outside, but then really soft in the center, so it might be that this tastes okay. Overall, we got one pretty one, and the rest of them, I guess it could be like an artistic interpretation, like a Michelin star kind of thing. Oh, maybe this is just like a holder to make it easier to hold. I'm not even entirely sure what to make of this. I don't know if this was successful. Maybe it was. It's kind of getting crispy now. The marshmallows are kind of becoming like an interesting texture. And the Oreo cookies, they're soft. You see that very like melted marshmallow and then the Oreo cookie all in this like banana bread texture. They don't look great, but they kind of smell like they're gonna taste great. So let's try it. Should we bite the crispy corner? That's like some brown butter flavor. Okay, I want to bite the one with the melted marshmallow. That is so weird. It tastes like any cookie I've ever had, but it's delicious. Like the banana, the oat flour, that is the most comforting flavored cookie I've ever had. I can't taste anything individually, just the whole thing kind of hits you at once. Maybe we're onto something. I need to transform this into a series, like 100%. I'm fully converted now. I did not expect things to actually taste incredible because the steps were questionable, the look was questionable, but the flavor is not quite, well, it is questionable, but also delicious. How does that make sense? I don't know. Try the recipe. You will see. This was something new. This was something interesting. I really enjoy this. The whole time in this video, I was guessing if this was gonna work out or not. And it kind of worked out and also not worked out in a lot of ways. But I definitely want to do this more often. So if you enjoy this video, the one thing I'm gonna ask you is give it a like and let me know in the comment section what else should we do with this ChatGPT situation, because there's a lot we can do with this and my ideas are like, my brain cells cells are connecting in ways they've never connected before. So don't forget to subscribe before you go. I love you guys, and I will see you on my next video. Bye bye.